Hello, hello. This is kind of last minute, so I'm not sure that anybody will be joining me, but hopefully I'll get a couple of faces on here live. But if not, don't worry. Watch it and leave me comments and I'll respond after. But I'm going to create another page in my nature journal today. So I had this all prepared and was going to do it last week, and then life just kind of got busy, so it never happened. So I want to do it this week. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. It's probably going to be a fairly short video today because I got so much of it prepared already. But let's flip it around and have a look. See if I can get this little button. There we go. Okay, now I just got to see what I'm doing here. I went and moved this and I didn't double check it before I started. So let's get, oh, come on. There we go. Zoom in here. Get this position right. How's that looking? Let me just check it on my iPad here. Whoops. I should be able to watch it. There it is. And I just have to wait for it to catch up. And what's going on? Oh, suddenly there's a play button on live videos. Okay, I feel like maybe I can be a little bit closer. There, let's pull that down there. How's that looking? I think that's a little bit better. Okay. Oh, a lot of leg on the video. I see I got another eyeball there. Just gonna see if I can, oh, Facebook's doing different things again. It's really lagging. I'm just gonna see if I can get out of this. I'm gonna go like that. Jump back in. Okay, hopefully that's better. Okay, make sure my sound is working. Yeah. Okay, so pop in a comment and say hi if you're there, and I will try and keep an eye on the comments, but we all know I'm not very good at that, but I will try. So I'm going to start out. I've got, like I said, a bunch of stuff pre-done and ready to go. So I'm just going to move a few of these items out of the way. So this is my blank page. This is my little nature book that I did a while ago. So this is using all of the base pages are all from the ATC special. Locket of Memories is just the name of the die, and I've totally forgotten the name of the full set. This was the special that David did for Banff. So it's a Passport XL size. And it has binding pieces, so I created my own book. So I have videos of that on my page and my YouTube channel. And so most of these, I think all of them, I've created live, I think. So this was, I think, the last one I did. That one was before that. And then now we're going to do this one. So I have some pictures of some flowers. So I had a couple of nice climbing vine flowers in my backyard at our old house. So I took a bunch of pictures of them when they were blooming. So that's what this is. So I've got some of this stuff prepared. I feel like I still need to zoom in a bit. So let me just see. It just looks closer on my phone than it does on my iPad. So let's see if that's better. Okay, so I'm just going to start by taking my light brown ink. These were pieces that I cut out from one of the reminiscence books. So it was just like a background page, and I just cut all the little tickets apart. So just ink that up. Then I cut out my photo and my mat. So that is cut from Sidekick Pocket Page Fillers 1. So I love these. So this is that set there. So I've used this die on this flower and matte, and then this one on the next page, as well as I think the ATC card. So I'm going to ink the edge of that. I don't like to do it over top of what I'm working on because I find that little bits always come off. This is a fairly fresh little foamy bit, but I really wear them until there's not much left. So typically there's little bits that come off all over my projects. Okay, so I've got this piece here, which I don't think I grabbed that one out. Oh yes, it is part of Torn. So Torn is one of my favorite sets. So a lot of these dies are what I've used for this from the Torn set. So this one is from Torn. The little flowers are from the ATC Special Kit. Where did the other one go? There it is. So I'm going to get a piece of scrap paper so I can ink these up. Sorry, folks. To there? Did that work? Uh-oh. Sorry. Yeah, I thought usually it did that automatically when I went live. So I'm just going to get my brush here. I'll have to get back to him. That was my son calling. So I just kind of go over it lightly with the brush just to add a little bit of color and try and cover up some of those white edges because my cardstock is white core. So not a lot, just a little bit. That's, I think, enough. I'm happy with that. And then get these flowers. They say those are from that special kit. I did say that. Pretty sure. Oh, put my comments back on there. I always have a hard time with the comments when I'm doing these lives. I don't know why. So difficult. Okay, I'll get these ones done at the same time. That one's a little bit bent. So just a little bit, like I said, just to try and pick up some color onto the white core. And then I've got some pieces here. So I'll show you, this is what I'm planning with the little insert card. I'll show you where that goes after. So this piece is from both these pieces are from Torn again. There we go. And then this one, just because that little edge, I'll still probably use my foam thing. Okay, we'll set those over there. Okay, so what else have we got now? I got everything for this page, yes. I'm probably still going to need that to attach this stuff. Okay, so my plan is something kind of like this is a trellis with some flowers growing up it. That's kind of my idea. And then the photo, which I had a really hard time trying to figure out which way this photo went. Of course, I've cut it quite small, but even still, it was really hard to tell. But I'm going to say it goes that way. Just going to have a little right there, but it's probably going to go down here because I wanted to put this. Maybe I'll put that there because I feel like it's not tying into anything when I put it there. So, all right. We'll play with that. So let's put this down first, I guess, then. If it's going underneath, I better make sure that I put that down first. Okay. So it's a little bit hard to make sure that you're straight when you're dealing with these lovely edges. I love the edges that are like this, but it does make it a little bit harder just to make sure that you're straight. Oh, I didn't open my glue press yet. I haven't been doing a lot of crafting over the last week, so I finally put the lid back on it. I actually had it off for quite a while. So for the most part, I don't know, I'm just gonna, there we go, pick up some of the edges of this. Not too worried about the inside. Oh, that's a lot. And then some of it will be covered. So I could probably even use some of my tape runner. But we'll just make sure. I don't even know if you can see me here. I'm kind of off screen, sorry. It's just a little finicky doing this. Let's turn that around. Yeah, like I said, I'm not too worried about those bits. I think, oh, I missed one there. There, that's good. We'll go this way. I don't think it really matters which way I put it. Okay, and it's a little bit hard to stick down because I got so much in there. It's not very flat, so even if I put a block on it, it wouldn't really do much because there's so much behind there. It's not very solid. There, that worked okay. And I put my tweezers somewhere else. And then I think maybe I'll put this down first. So let's attach this. I typically use my tape runner if I can. So for pretty much anything I can use it for, I will use it for, because I just find it, I find it easier. I like it that way. This is definitely not completely square, so you have to make sure you put that the right way. And then if I go like something like this, I did like the way that that fit, kind of like that. So I think I'll stick that down there. I don't want the flowers to be underneath it. I love cutting my photos out with dies. I just love when you can add just a little bit of some kind of edging detail to them. I just think it makes, oops, make sure I put that the right way, makes it look pretty cool. There. So see, this is gonna go pretty quick. So I'm getting ready to go away to open up our trailer this weekend, and I of course packed a little box of crafty stuff to take with me, and I put my tweezers in it. So now I don't have my tweezers. So we'll just make do without them. Ooh, maybe not very successfully. Didn't even think about that. Okay. Oh, I think I'm definitely gonna have to go grab them. We're gonna make a mess of things. Okay, again, just push that down till it's held. Doesn't take much. I think I might have had another pair of tweezers somewhere. Oh, I have these funky things. They'll do for now. Look at these. Better than nothing, I guess. We'll make do. You gotta make do with whatever you got, right? Okay. I'm going to do this though. At least that made it a little bit easier. Okay, I'm gonna tuck that, oh there, right there. I'm gonna let that one come off of the trellis. There. And you know what I think I forgot to do is I was gonna do some words, but we'll maybe do that later. Okay, so that's already one page done. So I did say it was gonna be fairly quick. So yeah, I don't think it's gonna take us too long. So see, this ticket had another ticket kind of in that spot. So that's why it's in this funny shape. Because like I said, it was from one of those like collage pieces of paper from the reminiscence books. Recollections, that's something else entirely. Reminiscence. I don't know which book it was from though, unfortunately. I don't. I just cut them out and had them out for a while. I did those, so I need to do my mat. So I don't know, can you see the detail on that mat? Isn't that cool? It's got the lines all the way around the outside. And then the photo, the smaller one, is just a stitched frame around it. Okay, and I'm going to do some stamping on this. That's why I have this sitting here. So this die is from the new Mr. and Mrs. collection. By the way, I didn't mention that. And that's what this stamp set is from too. I'm going to use that to stamp on here. I love the script there. Okay, so I might get out my little tool that I have for the inking. I'll show you how I did this before. So I'm just going to grab, I probably have one of these out already for this color, but I don't know where it is. They slide under my little storage things. These are pretty cool. These are just little teeny tiny dauber sticks. They're from Hunky Dory. I got them quite a while ago, and they're very handy for when you're doing little tiny areas. So like even this, for instance, right? It just makes it easier to get in there. But what I'm going to do, because I'll show you the die, just so you can see. The die has some embossed lines on it. The joys of a dog. And so just to help highlight those, I'm going to use this little guy, and I'm going to do some little extra on here. So you can follow that line. So basically that's all. I'm going to gum that up or something. Obviously somebody's like outside. Who knows what he's barking at. So I'm just going to lightly, because if you push too hard, this will leave like a real kind of heavy line. So it is a bit hard. But just going to go nice and gently. Over that line. Just gives it that little bit of highlight. So I think that's all I'm going to do. I don't want to overdo it. Same here. That one's a little bit heavier just because of the way I got the ink on there. Anyway, it just gives it a little bit of definition. See? And then maybe I'll do something else. So, okay. So now I'm going to grab out this stamp. I'm just wondering, I might do something like it's a bit of a title with some script underneath it. So I might do that. I am not going to bother with a block. So I'm just going to go like that, I think. So we kind of, I'm just marking, I want to kind of go to the C. So let's pull my ink pad in closer. A little bit there. Get this little piece of ink on everything. Okay, and then we're gonna go like there. Oh, maybe didn't get any ink on that. Oh well, that's okay. I don't want it to be like beautiful, you know what I mean? I just want it to be a little bit of something on the background. So that's fine. And then I'll put a little bit of this script on there too. I got a hair stuck on there. Okay, that's good. Like I said, not too worried about it being perfect. Put that on there. Get those out of the way. Okay. So now, the idea was I was going to do something like, I don't even know, because now I don't want the, I didn't finish what I was saying. I don't want the pink to be side by side. There's pink up here, pink down here, so it's better if it kind of flows around. It just helps your eyes to flow around the page better. So just looking at how I'm going to build this. Maybe I'll stick this down just so that it's ready to go. Make sure I get that the right way. So this is up. Do not forget that is up. I have a really bad habit of doing like ATC cards and stamping upside down on the back. I've done it quite a few times. Ooh, I might actually cut that out and tuck it in. What do you think about that? I think that might be kind of cool. Of course, I do not have my little tiny scissors, and I don't think I want to use my big ones. So we'll pull out these ones. They should be okay. So I'm just going to cut along that scored line. Ooh, it's tiny. That's okay because it's going to be tucked underneath there. I can hear crazy loud cars outside. I don't know if you heard that or not. Okay, now I can actually ink that. Just tuck it in behind, then I don't make a mess of the front. There, how's that? Okay, so let's see what that looks like. I mean, I could have probably just cut that little piece there. Oh, come on, come over there. Being finicky. There we go. There, that's kind of neat, eh? And if I really wanted to be picky about it, I could have stamped the text upside down on that piece. Just trying to position things. And then do I want to add these still? I don't know if I do. Oh, I could tuck that in there. I think I might like that. Don't know if I want to add another one or not. I kind of like that, but what would this look like if it was tucked in? Actually, I like that. I just feel like I need something up here, but this would be a good spot for a word. Okay, I'm liking that. I'm thinking it's okay that those pictures are across from each other. Just always trying to think about the flow of how things look. You don't want it to look, I don't even know what the right word is that I'm looking for, but you want it to flow nicely and not be like blockish. I don't know if that's really the right term, but you know, you don't want block, block, block. You want things to look like they belong together. There, I think we'll go there. Oh yay, my dog's coming back. Okay, so that's where I want that. So I'm gonna do this to hold it in place a bit. Oops. Oh, that didn't really work. Okay, so anyway, it's close. Okay. I like where I want to be. And I'm going to put some of this on here. It's very awkward. There we go. Okay. Kind of overkill with this. You probably don't need this much. I don't usually use that much. Okay, and I think I'm going to cover up the edge, and then I'm kind of centering that there. I'm going to tuck that in. So do I still have, I might have put some adhesive there. So I'm just going to pop that up until I get this stuck down. Oh, I got a little blobby on there. Get rid of that. Getting more used to the glue press. I'm really glad I got it though, I tell you. I love that. Oh my goodness. I love that I can just set it down. Look at the mess I made. Oh. No, that's gonna make a mess if I do that. Yeah, I just go like that. Hopefully it's oh boy. There. And then starting to get that little frog coming back. Been having this on and off for months. It's kind of driving me a bit crazy. Don't like that it's not close. So I think what I might do is I might just force this over here because I like that. Yeah, so I think I might just force it. Just means I'm gonna have to hold it for a while. Hopefully I can manage without dropping this one. Yeah, definitely would be easier with my proper tweezers. Oh well. It is what it is. Okay, how am I going to tuck that under there? I'm going to grab it right there. I'm going to tuck that in. Oh, come on, right there. Leave that one, but I'm going to force this one over until it's stuck. It's stuck really easy. That's good. So you can't really even see what is underneath, but it just adds a little bit of texture on that white piece, or white on that yellow piece. Okay, time for a little sip. Okay, so 30 minutes and I'm basically done my page. Like I said, I do want to add some words on there, but I don't know where they are. I have these ones. I just might not have the right ones that I want stamped. I kind of organized some of my leftovers. I don't think I like any of those, so I might just wait. I don't like the color of those ones. Yeah, I think I'm going to just wait on the sayings. So I will do that later. But now I've got one last little thing to do. Put this away. So this little piece goes in here. So if you go back and watch my video, I show you how, when I made this, it shows you how I made that. So each one of these little things has a little pullout. And so see, this one I stamped Bloom and Beauty. So I'll have to find something to stamp on this one. There wasn't a ton of word stamps with the Mr. and Mrs. collection. I feel like I might be missing a stamp. I reorganized and put stuff away, so guess what? It means I don't know where it is. Okay, so this one's something like this, and then this was the opposite end of the cutout from one of the torn dies, this one, because initially I was going to cut out a bigger piece and put it on here, and I didn't like it, so, but I used the negative piece. And then this is just used with my decal trimmer. So what I thought was maybe something like this, and then this goes there, and then this goes there. So something like that. Look, did I put that one the right way? Which one was, no, this one goes that way. Okay, so let's finish inking this one. And then I don't know if I want to do a matte for this one or not. Maybe a green matte might look nice. I'm open to suggestions. I'm going to just trim that little edge off. I think I did, but I just want it to be, I don't know, a little more rounded. Fix that edge up nicely, eh? Probably don't need to really edge this because I'm going to kind of cover it up, but I will just in case. Okay, so let's put this piece down first. And I guess I will use some of my liquid adhesive on those bits. When I'm doing this kind of a book, I like to leave too many pieces not really glued down, because as the pages open and close, they tend to catch. But this is going in the pocket, so it shouldn't be too bad. But again, it's going in and out of a pocket, so maybe it will be. Okay, so we're going to try that. Is that straight? Again, it's hard to be sure because it kind of looks crooked with the top there. Whoops. But I think the top is kind of crooked. Okay, whatever. Just go with it. I'm not too picky. Okay, we'll stick a piece of this on here. And I might put some liquid on there too. Let's just do that. I'm going to do that just so that I have some time to play with it to make sure I get it where I want it. I'm going to go like that. And then this one, we need this. And just go on each and every single one. Really lovely at the end. Oh, okay. See if I can do this left-handed. Look at that. Ooh, I did it. Okay. So, just want to make sure. Oh, I get this lined up. I want that one to be on the bottom. Come on, get on there. There. And this one, I'm going to kind of force this one too, right? Because it's got a little bit of a bend to it. So I'm just going to kind of force it to go where I want it to go. Oh, I like that. Looks pretty cool, I think. Everything's stuck down there. And then this is where I'm like, maybe I want a matte. I don't know. Also, the more I put on it, to put in the pocket, the harder it will get to go in and out of the pocket. So that one is the smaller one. Just looking for some scraps of cardstock. Let's just start with a piece to see what it looks like. If I get it. This is the darker green, which is the same as that. Just don't really want to cover up like everything. Well, let's try cutting one out and just see. So again, this one I cut out with the pocket page fillers one for the Sidekick. So I cut it, the picture with that stitched mat. So this would be the one to cut. And it is just slightly too small for that piece. I think I'm going to have to use a big piece. I don't have any other smaller pieces. So I'll have to use this, which is probably not going to fit. So let's just trim a little piece off of that. So that'll fit through my machine. There we go. Add a bit of washi to hold it down. I don't trust it otherwise. It's moving around on me. And I just spun around to the back of my desk here because that's where my die cut machine is. That'll run through. And there we go. There we go. Come on. Oh, there we go. So then let's see what that will look like. See, it looks nice, but I feel like I'm almost covering too much up. What if I actually went like right to the edge? Like that and just left it. Does that look okay? Sorry, just looking like, is that, maybe that's the way that it went. That would look really weird, I think, going that way. Okay, I think I'm gonna do it. And I think I am gonna kind of let it go at the edge. Just play around, where should I put it? Let's distress this. Yeah, I just feel like it blends in a little bit too much. Like maybe I should just do a really, really thin border around it. Let me look. I might do that. I think I'm going to change my mind here. That's too small. And that piece that I had was big enough. So even that's bigger than I would want it to be. So I'm going to stick it down because I find it's easier to trim them usually when the photo's on there. Because I can judge it better. So I'm going to stick it, I want it to be like really thin, and then I can ink it after. Let's see how this looks, because I can always pull it back off if I don't like it. My arm always falls down, so I have to constantly push it up so I can get this straight. Ooh, it's pretty good. See that? Yeah, that's better. That's what I want. So I love mats, but for this case, it was just too big. So I'm much happier with just this little thin border around it. That's enough of a mat. Yes, that's much better. Okay. So again, I'm gonna need to add some sort of like words or something on here. I chose not to put a pink ticket or anything on this one just because the pink is really on this paper and I didn't think it needed it. Oh, now I'm thinking maybe I'll just put that in the middle. Then you can see that torn edge, but I like seeing that edge there. I like that. Okay, I'm gonna go with that. And then I'll have to figure out what stamp. I moved things around, like I said, and reorganized everything. So I've got, yeah, these are all of my art job stamps. I leave the bigger ones. See what kind of words we've got that I like. Sparkle's kind of neat. Kindness. I don't know, I do like the one that says sparkle. This one just says love this. And then there's all of these. So many choices. Let's travel. I don't think I want travel. Journal phrases. Oh, that one's nice too. What are those? So many stamps. These are neat. But I don't think I can put them on there now. Okay, well, let's just do, I'm going to do that sparkle one, I think. Is that, well, no, maybe not. I don't think it's going to fit. So I am going to have to go and look through. Yeah, that's too big. Well, that's too bad. Anyway, I will figure out what I'm going to do about that later. So, yeah, so I just need to get like a couple of little words or sayings up there. And then that will be done. And then this one, same. I left that side blank because I'll let it tie into the next page. And we just slide that in there. Oops. There we go. See, I've got 3 of those. Tab, top, middle, bottom. Oh, I keep getting caught on that. There. So all done. All done for today. So once I'm done, I will post some photos for you to have a look at. Hope you enjoyed this little video. And please be sure to have a great day. Bye-bye.